Enjoying your tea, sweetie? That's good. So, is there any chance I can get you to stay for dinner? Or will you need to go home soon? Now that I think about it, you probably should. You probably have somebody waiting for you at home. Oh, you don't? You live alone? Well, that's quite a shame. It must get so lonely with no one around. But does that mean you'll stick around for dinner then? Great. More chances to show off my cooking. Oh, speaking of which, I should probably check to see if I have enough ingredients to make stuff. I'll be right back. So, seems I've forgotten to go to the market. Whoops. No, don't worry, sweetie. We can still have dinner together. I just need to go pick up some things at the market. Oh, actually, would you like to come with me? I certainly wouldn't mind the help. Great. Just give me one moment to get my coat. What a lovely day. Great day for a walk to the market, don't you think? Yeah. Maybe once we're done here, we could probably take a walk back up to the lake. It's an interesting sight even during the day. Sound good? Good. Now, the particular ingredients I need are some parsnips, white wine, some honey, and some vinegar. What am I going to make? Why, parsnip soup, of course. It's a traditional food back in Lasana. I thought I'd treat you to some homemade cooking from my hometown. It is nice. When I was younger, one of the servants in my parents' estate would cook it for me all the time when I was younger. I loved it so much that when I was old enough to cook, I asked her to teach me how. My mother scolded me for learning something from the help, though. But I don't regret it, especially now that I have the chance to get someone else to appreciate it. Wow, I'm glad you're so confident in my cooking abilities. I'm pretty sure the only thing you've eaten of mine is chicken noodle soup and peach pie. You enjoyed both of them? Well, I'm sure you love my parsnip soup then. Anyway, I'm fairly certain the vegetable stand is somewhere. Did you hear something just now? I swear I thought I heard, nothing. Never mind. Probably just some kids playing somewhere or something. As I was saying, I get my vegetables normally from a stall somewhere around here. Okay, that should probably be enough parsnips for the soup. Next is the wine. I know a good tavern around here that sells bottles of the stuff. I think it's somewhere around here. Oh, it looks like it closed down. That's depressing. I mean, I heard talk from the owner that they were going to have the old building torn down and replaced last time I was here, but I didn't think it would be so soon. Now that I think about it, a lot of the taverns in this town are being rebuilt. Odd coincidence. Well, anyway, I guess we'll need to find our wine somewhere else. You wouldn't happen to know any other place we could buy white wine, would you? You saw a stall in the market selling wine? Guess it wouldn't hurt to check. Think you could lead the way? Oh, hey. It's the statue of Isabella. Oh? You don't know who that is? It's a bit of a local legend around here. Have you heard of the story of Grant the Greedy? You haven't? Well, it's a story of revenge, so to speak. A nobleman named Grant Lemoyne fell in love with not one, but 2 daughters of farmers. He tried to propose to them, but naturally the daughters both knew right away he was a total sleazebag. Not to mention, they thought it was morally wrong to have 2 wives, which of course just kind of went to prove how much of a sleazebag he is, or was. Angered by this, Grant secretly got the farmers' land salted during the night so as to effectively kill their harvests. Knowing this would mean they'd have no money to put food on the table, Grant offered them a deal. Enough gold to buy whole sacks of seed and several years' worth of food in exchange for both of their daughters. What happened next? Well, of course the farmers caved in. They had no choice, ultimately. They didn't realize at the time that it was him who ruined their harvest. So in the end, Grant won. The farmers' daughters were set to marry him whether they liked it or not. For years, they had to deal with that abusive slimeball as a husband. The only solace the wives were able to take was that they had each other, and so long as they did, their lives wouldn't be that bad. They weren't related, but they always treated each other like sisters. Their bond, after all, was tempered under the abuse of a gross old man. Then, one day, Grant came home drunk after attending a nobleman's party. Oh no, indeed. From what I understand from the story, he thought it was dinner time when it was actually midnight, and he got so angry about the fact that there was no food on the table upon his return that he took a dagger and stabbed one of the wives to death. When he came to his senses, he had the murder covered up as a robbery, and the wife was just an unfortunate casualty. But the second wife knew better. She witnessed everything. So the next night, she would have her revenge. She managed to escape from Grant's manor and escape into the forest where she found a witch. And with her help, she put a powerful curse on the manor. And from that night forward, unusual things began to happen in the manor. Things would start moving on their own. Shadowy figures would move just out from the corner of your eye. And on rare occasions, the first wife would appear. Hauntings drove Grant into madness, and eventually he locked himself in the cellar, trapped with his liquor, and he drank himself into a stupor, hoping it would all stop. Well, it took months for people to realize that Grant Lemoyne was strangely absent from public. And when someone finally went to investigate, they eventually found his withered corpse in the cellar, surrounded by empty bottles. Eventually, the first wife grew old and was on her deathbed, and gave everyone the truth about what happened, about the abuse, about the murder, about this bond she and the other wife shared. But she decided not to mention anything about the witch, knowing the story might be misconstrued or making her into the true culprit. This all took place hundreds of years ago, but the story became a local legend to the point that they erected the statue of Isabella, the dagger still placed in her chest, as something of a warning as to how far someone will go to erect vengeance. Very perceptive, sweetie. You're right. I didn't mention which of the wives was stabbed. The locals believed it was Isabella, the first wife whom Grant stabbed to death. But truthfully, I don't think anyone truly knows which of the wives died that night and which was the one that was exacting vengeance. Everyone who might have known which is, or was a long time ago by now. And that mystery is what makes the legend so popular. That and, truthfully, I don't think anyone really knows the full story. After all, if she left out the part about the witch, how did they know one was involved? It makes you think. Perhaps the surviving wife was the witch. Perhaps there was no witch. Perhaps the story is all made up. No one truly knows for sure and just makes the mystery all more fascinating. The statue itself was also forged in bronze by the local blacksmith, and I say he did a pretty good job capturing the scene of the murder. I think now that blacksmith's great-great-great-granddaughter runs his old shop. I suppose he came from a long line of blacksmiths. Well, I do know her. Sort of. Not as friends, but more acquaintances. Honestly, she struck me as quite a social, awkward young thing. Even a little shy. A bit uncharacteristic of an orc. Yeah, she's an orc. Cute, too. I probably shouldn't call it uncharacteristic. That makes it sound like a stereotype for orcs to be brave. Oh, goodness. We got completely off track, didn't we? Sorry. Let's hurry up and find that wine stall, shall we? Okay. We have our parsnips. We have our wine. All we're missing now is honey and vinegar. Thankfully, I already know where we need to get that. A grocery store just a bit uptown will have those in stock. Oh, don't worry. I know a shortcut through the orchards that'll get us there. Here, follow me. Am I sure this'll get us uptown faster? Nope. Okay. Truth be told, I just wanted a little peace and quiet for a bit. But don't worry, this path will still take us where we need to go. Besides, now we can do shopping and take a walk for a bit. 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, I do go up this path often. It's nice, quiet, and you can smell the fruit growing from the orchards here. It's really nice and relaxing. Sometimes I even stick around just for the smell of fresh fruit. What's my favorite? Never really thought about it. But if I had to pick one, probably orange. The smell of orange is really nice, and tangy too when it comes to drinking it. They also grow some of the peaches I use for my pies around here. Yeah, I use the peaches from around here so much that I actually know the farmer that grows them. She's a human named Kana, and she's just as nice and peachy as the one she grows. She invites me over for dinner with her family sometimes too, and every time she does, I always make sure to bring some of my peach pie. Her kids used to love it before she... never mind. Nothing, just one of Kana's kids became a knight, and Kana was, and still is, entirely against the idea of her child being put in harm's way. We probably shouldn't talk about it this close to her farm. Come on, let's change the subject, shall we? I don't want to make her sad if she happens to be in earshot. So tell me, you don't seem to know a lot of this area around here, sweetie. Would it be safe to assume you've only recently moved here? A week ago? Huh. Where are you from? Oh, that's quite a boat ride from there to here. Why did you leave your home and come here then? You needed a change? Why? Was there something wrong with your old home? You weren't welcome there anymore? No, sweetie. I won't pry if you're not willing to explain, but I'm so sorry to hear that. Will a hug help you feel better? There, sweetie. I know that it's Not easy to feel unwelcome somewhere. You smell nice. Just thought I'd lighten the mood. Sorry if it seemed weird. It did work though, didn't it? Thought so. Now come on, let's hurry up. I'm starting to feel hungry already. Okay, we're here. The grocery store should be around this corner here. You were just beginning to enjoy the quiet? Don't worry. When we're done here, we'll take the same path back home. And once we finish dinner, we can have a nice quiet evening to ourselves. We could cuddle up on the couch together and just enjoy the peace, or we could go to bed upstairs and do the opposite, if you know what you're into. Don't worry, we can figure that out after dinner. Right now, let's just work on getting everything we need to have for dinner, okay? Now, I'm pretty sure the store is... right over there. Okay. Now let's see here. We need honey and vinegar. Here's the vinegar. But I can't seem to find the honey. Maybe the store clerk can help me. Excuse me. You wouldn't happen to have any honey left, would you? Thank you. This plus the vinegar will be all we need. Let me just grab my... Huh? Do we live nearby? I mean, yes, why? Huh? Why would I want to leave town? Are you threatening me? Something's going to happen soon? What are you talking about? Okay. Thanks for the free honey and vinegar. Come on, let's go, sweetie. I don't know. I don't come to the store too often, so I can't say I really know what's up with that guy. No, I don't think he was threatening me. It felt more like a warning. Just, what does he know that I... What the hell? Sweetie, hold this for a moment. I'm gonna go check out what just happened over there. We need to go. Now. Sweetie, listen to me. The Goblin army is arriving very soon. That scream over there was someone spotting a Ford scout, and if they're here, it means the army's on their way. Listen, I want you to go back home. Grab everything you need and only everything you need. Goblins are quick, so we need to pack light to keep ahead of them. I'm gonna do the same. I want you to meet me at my home in an hour, no later. Once we meet up, we're gonna skip town for a while, till this blows over. I know a good few places that'll take us in for my travels. Forget about dinner. I'm sorry, sweetie, but it'll have to wait. Oh, but first. For good luck, don't worry about me. Just go. I knew it was a good idea to go ahead of the group.